It has become this bad that anywhere people see the Fulani, they are always afraid. I repeat, it has become this bad that anywhere the people, Nigerians, especially in southern Nigeria, anywhere they see the Fulani, they always get afraid. Now, there's a recent report in Edo State. Residents of Edo State are fleeing their homes in panic due to an invasion by Fulani herdsmen who are reportedly moving from Ireku community towards Odame. Some persons have confirmed this report and also this community as their community. People are always in panic because of the fear of Fulani herdsmen. And this is in Nigeria that we have somebody who's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Now, when we talk about security under Tinubu's administration, some people who are paid will go online and start publishing all sort of nonsense because it is all about politics and what they are going to gain from it. When people see Fulani in their communities, they are always afraid and panicky. This is an example. Mind you, the Fulani will never stop. These guys, these troublemakers, this brand of the Fulani herdsmen, whatever, the nomadic Fulani or those that are Fulani terrorists, they will never stop in their quest to come to your farmlands and cause trouble. Mind you, they will never stop in your quest. You see now, this thing that just happened a few hours ago, people will just forget about it until another one happens before we now start talking about it. Instead of villages, communities, chairman of local governments, instead of us to start taking measures on how we can permanently stop this terrorizing our communities. Do you know what it means for somebody to leave run away from his ancestral home because of the influx of somebody, a foreigner from Futa Jalon? I have told you, the Fulani has no ancestral home in Nigeria. These guys are visitors that use their houses to gain prominence in Nigeria. So they can move from one place to another and cause havoc. There's nothing at stake for them. It is you that you have your father's land, your ancestral home, a place you call home, that have so many things at stake for you. That is why we are calling on the president, he should restructure this country. Restructuring in so many ways. You have so many interpretations and definitions of restructuring, whether it is state policing, whether it is regional system, because this restructuring will address the menace of the Fulani. The Fulani stands no chance when we talk about restructuring. That is why when the topic of restructuring is discussed, the Fulani always wants to stand against it. They have set up structures that will fight against restructuring. Look at tax bill now. We are waiting for them to implement it. Regional system of government, we are waiting. State policing, we are waiting. We have a president that has the opportunity to protect the lives of the southern Nigeria. But he's failing in that respect. Nobody is going to gaslight anybody. Because this is almost the fourth time that these attacks, after the Uromi incident that happened, this is almost the fourth time that we're having such a thing happening. And the funniest thing is that you might be helpless because the security, Nigerian security, might not be there to help you. But if you try to equip yourself to defend yourself, that is when the eyes of the Nigerian security agencies will now be focused at you. That's when you'll be effective, functional, working. But this is residents of Edo State fleeing their homes in panic due to an invasion by Fulani herdsmen who are reportedly moving from Ireku community towards Odame. We have been asking these questions. What is their aim? What is their plan? I told you that the agenda of the Fulani is to dominate. And however you want to see it, they don't have time. Time is against them. They don't have time. They need to do it as fast as possible. When you look at reaction, I don't want to read some of these reactions, but we say we have strong people in Edo State. those confraternities, those people, you know, one thing about Nigerians is that what they really need to stand up and fight for, you will not see them. There are people that call themselves strong men. This is time for you to show that you're a strong man. That join confraternities, you're a strong man. Ordinary Fulani is terrorizing your community. As a strong man, you are supposed to defend. Should be strong men, you defend their territory. But Fulani are making your people panic. But you becoming a strong man is not useful to your community or your society. Then why are you a strong man? Last week, Fulani herdsmen came via old racketing cars to Udo village in Uromi. Sprayed bullets on the villagers in a broad day afternoon. This guy says on Twitter, his name is Boy Odion, I haven't seen any post about it online. According to him, he says 13 persons died. Most reports don't make it online on social media. I'm telling you, these Fulanis, when these guys, these terrorists, when they are carrying out their activities, they don't do social media. They come offline and they do their things and they leave. We know how it was under Buhari, how they went rampage, moving from one community to another. Do you know what it means? Somebody plant. One of the hardest jobs to do is farming without tractor, without equipment, using your bare hands to farm. One of the hardest things to do. Somebody uses bare hands to farm acres of land, of cassava. Somebody will just stroll into those farmlands and destroy it. And they call your bluff. When they destroy it, they say, what can you do? If you try to defend yourself, security agencies are against you. If you try to defend yourself, they attack you, they kidnap you, or they kill you. Or they come to scatter. You see, they came to spray bullets in a broad day afternoon. It seems these guys are untouchable. There was a story about a woman leader, an Igbo woman leader in Lagos. He said he went to the southeast. She's a media person. She went to the southeast to understudy the situation of these IPOB sit-at-home, army, this and that, these clashes in security in the southeast. She said one thing, that she noticed that it was the security agencies that are responsible for the sit-at-home in the southeast. That is what she got from her investigation. She was speaking to police officers. She was speaking to police officers. She noticed that the people responsible for insecurity in the southeast region, mostly the people that enforce the sit-at-home most of the time, they are the security agencies. The security agencies collaborate with some of these criminals because that's where they get fast money. How much do they pay an average policeman to survive in today's Nigeria? An average policeman that his salary cannot take he cannot survive with his salary. He has a gun. He knows how to harass. He knows how to do so many things. What do you expect? Like I said it, forget Samonekwa and co. Insecurity in the southeast is relative of the politicians in the southeast. The politicians use it against themselves. For instance, I'm a politician in the southeast, and I understand that there is sit-at-home by IPOB. I will take advantage of the situation. There's a video whereby some of these guys, these IPOB guys, confess that Uzodinma called them to have meeting with them. So if you are my opponent in Imo State, I can easily tag you IPOB. If you are somebody who is speaking up against me and you're a prominent person, you're a politician, I can use boys to come against you and call them out. Anything, any criminality that is perpetrated in the southeast is almost IPOB. People hide under the guise of IPOB to cause insecurity. Look at how Uzodinma won the election. 27 local governments. If you go and say we don't agree, they will call you IPOB. Look at that Labour Party leader that was disgraced because he has a name and he's a Labour Party and it's an election time. That's why they might have dealt with him like that. But if it were somebody that they could easily go to his house, harass him, and tag him IPOB. So when you are attacked by the Fulani, and the security agencies are not able to stop this menace, what would be your conclusion? You come together as a community to defend yourself. Ondo State Governor Lever State come and do press conference over the 20 people killed in Ondo, 20 farmers reportedly killed in Ondo State. Enugu State Governor have not come out to do a press conference addressing the killings in Ehamufu, Enugu State. None of these guys have come out. You are leaving the people to their own fate. Okay, now the people resolve that God gave me life, and the responsibility that God gave me is to protect the life He gave to me. If I take measures to defend myself, organized structures of the organized structure of security agencies will come after me for defending myself. But when I'm being attacked by somebody, by these Fulani guys, they are nowhere to be found. But when I'm about to defend myself, they come after me. Don't you see that it is, I don't have a word to put to it. I don't have a word to put it. But the thing here is that there's always a way to do with the Fulani. Let me read this from the Yoruba Times on Twitter. How the lobby of Ivory Coast resisted Fulani invasion. I told you that the language a terrorist understands is you terrorize the terrorist. You don't have dialogue with terrorists. You don't dialogue with terrorists at all. Like the way Nigerians are rehabilitating terrorists. You don't do so with terrorists. A terrorist is a terrorist. The language a terrorist understands is more terrorism. If you dialogue with terrorists, if you have this conversation of peace with terrorists, those ones that are in the bush would never ever stop. They will see it as a lucrative business. And the ones that you are having to negotiate with will still, one day at one point in time, when hunger sets in, they will go back to their terrorism. So you don't negotiate with terrorists. You don't dialogue with terrorists. Now, this is by John Ashimota. The only cure for madness is exactly madness. That's what I've been talking about a long time. As long as we continue to appeal to the Fulani to reason with us, the more they will do worse things, until we revenge on a grand scale by unaliving the good, the bad, and the ugly Fulani. The stupidity will not stop. That is from John Ashimota. How the lobby of Ivory Coast resisted Fulani invasion. So terrorists, you don't negotiate with terrorists. You take them out. Terrorists, you take them out. Say, the population of Lobby is in Ivory Coast. The population of Lobby is about 250,000. But they rose up and resisted the Fulani. They didn't wait for the government to help them. They organized and defended their land. They didn't quarrel over donations for arms and equipment. They actually raised the funds in secret, running into millions of dollars. They got their men in the military who trained their young civilians. They organized a secret armed group, no noise, no Zoom meetings, no protest to the United Nations, no video showing the plans to attack Fulani or showing their dead bodies. They mainly cultivate yams. Now, in 2014 to 2016, they had Fulani problems, killings, and their crops being harvested for cattle. You go day your own. Somebody will just carry problem, can't give you, and they are the Fulani. You don't have anything to do with them. No quarrel, no nothing. They just come and destroy your land. And they believe they have the right to do so. That is madness. That's why I said madness needs to cure madness. They had Fulani problems, killings, and their crops being harvested for cattle. After meetings to stop the madness, it yielded no fruit, like I said. If you are negotiating with these guys, having peace meetings, okay, in the southwest, farmer, Fulani, peace meetings, this and that, it yields no fruit. Thank God they are resisting Sharia in the southwest, because they are going to use that one and enter people. Having to negotiate or have peace meetings with these Fulanis yields no fruit, because over hundreds of years, that has been their consistent nature, moving from one place to another. And with Nigeria, they believe that their belief is still their belief, whether you have peace with them or not, whether you have dialogue with them or not. Their belief is still their belief that Nigeria is their father's estate, and they must take over. They must spread all over. To be in 2015, I'll be 2013, I'll be 2014. Buhari and Co. invited their brothers. There were brothers coming. Even when Buhari was even governor, Tinubu aided the Buhari and this menace. Tinubu is part of this menace. He supported a man who brought in, let them in now. There was a video whereby they opened one gate like this. Thousands of people were rushing into whether Nigeria, maybe Nigeria. Their brothers. So there are many now. So they want to occupy and take over because it's their father's land. How do they do it? With manipulations, with politics. Okay. Now, it yielded no fruits after meetings to stop the madness. The lobby declared that any Fulani on their land is carrying a death sentence on their head and their cows. After all the dialogue, peace meetings, yet these guys still continue like they always do. The lobby people now declare that any Fulani on their land is carrying a death sentence on their head and their cows. For 6 months without stop, every Fulani settlement in Lobby territory was surrendered and raised. Every single thing in it, even chicken, even those wandering through to graze their cattle, was also affected. The leaders of this Fulani, the Fulani have leaders. They will know that these things are happening. They will not talk. They'll just be looking at you, because all of them have a common goal. These things are happening. They will not talk. For instance, now, if Fulani comes to my farmland and destroy my crops, I start shouting. These leaders will not say anything to stop the Fulani. When I take drastic action, you see them coming out. That is hypocrisy. That is the highest height of gaslighting and manipulation, wickedness. Your people are causing harm. You don't say anything why they are causing harm. Now I'm trying to defend myself. You now come. That means you are supporting what they are doing. You only defend them when they are getting repercussions of their actions. But when they are committing the evil deed, you don't stop them. You only defend them when they are getting repercussions for their actions. So now the leaders who came from neighboring countries to sue for truce did not live alive. These lobby people, them battle. The people that came to settle, to have peace, they also unalived the people that came to say, okay, let's have peace. You leaders that are there, these people are perpetrating all these things, yet you cannot stop them. But now that we are taking actions to defend our land, they are coming to do peace. They unalive them. It took the government of Ivory Coast, the Sultan of Sokoto, this current Sultan of Sokoto, according to this report, to make concessions to the lobby for them to agree that for the next 10 years, no Fulani nor cattle can pass through without first getting a permission slip from their king. This truce will end in 2027, next 2 years, the year of the elections. The same Sultan of Sokoto is being mentioned in this report. No, not another one. The one that is in Nigeria, the same Sultan of Sokoto, is being mentioned in this report. So they know very well, they know very much what their people are doing. Like Sultan of Sokoto is coming to mediate. Mediate what? Enugu people, Enugu traditional rulers went to meet the Sultan of Sokoto. After they went to meet him, the next week, the attacks were there. What is the essence of the Sultan of Sokoto if you cannot stop your people from committing these atrocities? It gives us the idea, or brings us to a conclusion, that this is premeditated. This one, you people know what you are doing. Since you as a leader, respected leader amongst the Mietiala and Co. They even collected money under Buhari through Minister of Interior, billions of naira, Mietiala, so that they can assist in stopping the killings. But yet nothing happened. It tells us one thing, that have been consistent with history. The Fulani, anywhere they go, they always are troublemakers, and they want to dominate and take over your land. Chicken, no peace, no dialogue will solve that. Because we have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried every possible means, but these guys seems to not be in the same level with us. They have a different orientation, and there's no how they don't have leaders that are leading them on. Fulani, where Fulani get AK-47 if it is not politicians that are supporting? When they cause us, when people start rising up against them, the same leaders will come out. Like what is being done to Boko Haram. The people, the connections they have, pushing for rehabilitation, give them clothes, give them food. People that have killed people. You kill people, the victims are there, not compensated. Instead, how you compensate the victims is to take them to IDP camps. While the terrorists are in their places, their father's land, their ancestral homes, you carry them with your plan, put them for IDP camp. The same US mission, meeting with Mietiala over insecurity. Not meeting with the victims of this, not meeting with the federal government. So we understand how the lobby people were able to fight their way and secure peace for themselves. So madness for madness. If you are not ready for madness, don't allow people are running from Edo State. Panic. Is it what? Always a particular ethnic group, always. It tells a lot. No other tribe will be able to do what the Fulani is doing. That means there are people that are backing the Fulani. If the Igbos were doing all this in all over Nigeria, there will have been genocide. If the Yorubas were doing the same thing, there will have been genocide. If other tribes, but why always the Fulani? Because there's some things that is happening. And even the funniest thing is that the leaders of the southern part of Nigeria are not really doing anything. They're not carrying the people along. May God help Nigeria.